What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. My guy Mano is here.
Mano.
And somebody we both have in common.
Yeah.
We both love his food. Chef Winford Simpson is here. What's up, Chef Simpson?
I am good. I'm so honored to be up inside the building. I've been waiting for this minute. I've been waiting for this moment.
Right.
Angela Yee, new Mano.
That's right.
That's what
And
I'm talking about.
the funny thing about that is as soon as you came, I heard you was coming. I'm like, man, Angela, you never even did his show.
Oh,
No, Mano.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like you never did his show. You go over there all
You
the
did
time.
a show.
Absolutely.
But first of all, I go over there all the time. That's a fact.
I go over there too.
yeah.
To your restaurant. And his restaurant is very conveniently located in an amazing space right across the street from the Barclays on Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn. So it's kind of like the go-to place, and it's huge.
Yes.
How many people does it seat?
We see 300.
That's a lot. In
Yeah.
Brooklyn, a restaurant that seats right across from the Barclays.
Yes, yeah, 300. And one other thing that people like about there, and that's why we get a lot of large parties, like your party of 10, party of 8, because we can hold so many people at one time. A lot of restaurant you go to, like the space is just so tight when you sit there.
They'd be like,
No.
we can't put these tables together.
No, we always try to make it happen. Plus, we have a private room, so when you come through, we can also see you in the private room.
the private room. We've been in that private room.
Yeah,
We had fun in
yeah.
that private
Yeah,
room.
Angela Yee Day. That's
Yeah.
actually right afterward.
That's
We
right.
went over to the Simpson, and that's where we all sat down and ate and celebrated. Because
Yes.
again, right across the street, food is amazing, Caribbean food.
Right. And
Nice,
the last time
nice.
I was there, I was celebrating the day when they gave me my proclamation for Mano Day. I had my
Yes,
suit
that was a
on.
big day.
You understand? It was
Congrats
a big day.
again.
Thank you.
Listen,
Thank you.
man, definitely a pleasure.
But
Yep.
let's get into the business of things because, like I said, that is a really prime location. And I saw that you spoke to a realtor and then did not even take out a loan to get or a mortgage to get that space.
Yeah, let me tell you, right in the middle, and a lot of people are just so surprised that I opened this restaurant right in the middle of the pandemic. June 2020 was when my realtor reached out to me and he's like, Patrick, I have this location in Brooklyn. Why you don't come and look at it? But that was where the Party City was at, right next door to where the Party City was at. And when I went in there, it was just an open space.
It used to be Tony Roma's.
Yeah.
It used to be Tony Roma's. So
I feel like Tony Roma's wasn't packed when back
you have
then.
Tony Roma's, and then I think it was at Atlantic Social.
Oh, yep. I remember
I
Atlantic
remember that
Social.
one.
Mhm.
Atlantic Social. So when I went in and I look in the window from outside, I put my face up to the window and I look in and I was like, yep, this is it. This is it. And even, it's so funny because you just move in faith and trust God with everything that you do, because even when I said, this is it, I know what it takes financially. I didn't even have it, but I just kind of move in faith and I say, you know what? I love this. I love the location and everything. And after talking to the realtor, hear how much was the rent, because the rent is ridiculous.
I bet.
Let's just say it's over $35 per month. Over.
That means a lot of overhead. And it's not just rent you got to
lot.
pay.
It's
It's
a lot,
all the
right.
bills. It's the
That's right.
staff. It's the
It's a
product.
lot.
It's
It's a lot.
everything.
It's a lot.
Okay.
My payroll alone per week is $60,000 a week.
Ooh.
My payroll alone.
All right. We already at like 300 grand.
Yeah.
Okay. Almost.
So there's so much that went into it. And I remember I went home, I prayed on it. And even when I made the decision to say yes, contact the realtor, we talked to the realtor and I say, yeah, I like it. When he draft up the paper together and the lease and everything, they say, okay, you need $300,000 to seal the deal,
Wow.
including first month security, broker, everything that factor into it. I'm looking at almost $300,000, and I was like, crap. The only thing I can do now, I search around in the house, wherever I can find money, whatever I have in the account.
couch,
I was going in the corner of the couch trying to make up, reach out to a couple of friends and family, and you're taking a $5,000 from here, a $10,000 from here. Because at the end of the day, when you're opening a business, it's a lot. And I always say this to people. I say, if you have a problem working a 9 to 5, try owning your own business.
Right.
Or try opening a business, because you can't sleep.
Yeah. You can't call out of
You can't
owning
call
a
out.
business.
No matter what's happening, you got to show up. You got to be there. At the end of the day, if a staff say, I'm sick, I can't come in tomorrow, you don't get that luxury.
That's right.
So I eventually, up to the last day when I'm supposed to sign the lease, I'm still looking for the last $20 to make up the $275,000. That was how tight everything went. And after I signed the lease, and the lease is in my hand, and I'm like, okay, the next step, God is just going to lead me through this. So it's all about relationship. And that's one of the things where I even value the relationship that we have. You, Mano, Angela, all your team. It's relationship that I've built over the years of working with BB King's, Highland Ballroom, Sony Hall. I was the corporate chef.
Dinosaur Barbecue?
Dinosaur Barbecue on 125th Street.
I remember that.
I was the kitchen manager there. So over the years
you put in your time. And I just want to make sure people know that too, because, you know, even knowing your story and how you went to school and you learned how to cook, and then Royal Caribbean Cruise, right? You were working on there, worked your way up to sous chef. Because a lot of times people will look down on you. People want to be an entrepreneur right away.
But they don't
there is nothing wrong. And it's probably way better to work and get the experience working for somebody else so that you can eventually do it yourself.
Yeah. One of the things where people are so intrigued about my story is coming from homeless, it's coming from poverty, it's coming from 3 times suicide attempt. So it's coming from the number 2 train. Like when I used to live on Tremont Avenue, I remember going at the number 2 train station and stand there, making up my mind to throw myself in front of the train.
Why though? What?
That was when I
put you in that place?
What put me in that place and that frame? I remember when I first came here, you know, you come here, you're under the radar, you're trying to just get by. A lot of things hit. And that was when my daughter was just born. And my daughter born, here I am under the radar, just trying to get by and ready to get evicted. I remember I was about to get evicted. I'm looking at my young daughter there and I'm like, I can't get a job. It was very hard to get a job and just going through so much, and I felt like there was no way out. There was no way out because everywhere you go, you're under the radar. When you say
under the radar, is it because you were from Jamaica?
Yeah, I was from Jamaica, no papers. No papers. So everything was, and then it was when I was about to be evicted and I'm like, what do I do at this point? My daughter is in the house. I can't provide for her. My girlfriend is there. Here I am with no job. The court giving me this one-shot deal in saying, okay, pay your rent. And after this, if not, you're going to have to move out. You know, so I was like, you know what? This, and just my life overall, because here you are coming from Jamaica. You don't grow up with your father. You're homeless from school. It's like you ask yourself, like, God, like, what's next? I was homeless. I didn't grow up with my father. Just my mother and my sister. My mother worked 2 jobs to try to take care of us. And I'm like, something got to give.
Right.
Like, at what point does sufferation stop? So you get to a point and you're like, this don't look like it's ever going to stop. Because you look at it, and at that time I was like 25 or something. And I'm like, I'm still going through it. I'm going through it from I was going to the neighbor's house. And that was how I got into cooking. I got into cooking out of poverty, going to the neighbor's house and beg for food. And I remember seeing myself after, because I got to be careful because then I get emotional, going to the neighbor house and beg for food. And I remember that time I was like 10, 11, and there's this lady by the name of Miss Gloria that lived next door to us. And every time they cook, I find myself always have to wash up their dishes, sweep up the yard, be the little yard boy for them in doing stuff around the house that their kids wouldn't do. So this way I can get some of the food that they have left over. So that was kind of how I fell in love with cooking. I fell in love with cooking from when I would stand at the back door step and I would watch the family eat and see, oh, it brings family together.
Right.
It brings that conversation together. So even though as a little kid, I was hungry, but I was still watching as to how, just like even when I came here and I brought the food, me sitting back and watch you guys enjoying it, it brings me peace to know that, wow, you did that.
Right.
You're watching people having conversation over something that you never had at home, and you see how they're happy and they're laughing. And I say, you know what? I want to spend the rest of my life recreating that. So when people come to my restaurant and I watch them sit down and eat and enjoy and laugh and talk, I'm seeing something that I never had at home happening in front of me. And that's how I got into cooking.
Right, and you are very present at the restaurant, and even before that, you've also been a private chef
Yes.
for some huge people.
Yes.
Like the Obamas.
The Obamas, I've been to the White House twice. I cooked for Hillary Clinton. I cooked for Michelle and Barack.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Jay-Z and Beyonce, Rick Ross, Mano, Angela Yee, you name it. I've cooked for over 400 celebrities, from Mary J. Blige, you name them.
And the good thing about you is, I know you said that being on that cruise ship was what helped you learn how to cook a whole lot of different variety of things. Because, when you're on a cruise, it's huge. And there's like different,
You gotta have different dishes.
different restaurants, different types of food, different dishes.
Yes. Working on the cruise ship to me, and I think even when I started working on the cruise ship, it was my getaway kind of free card from Jamaica. Because I remember I was working at Sandals, and they told me that time I just graduated school. They told me they was doing interview to work on the cruise ship. I went to St. Anne's Bay, took the tests, passed the tests. 6 months after, I was at work at the hotel, and they told me, oh, there's 2 guys at the front desk looking for you. And I was like, 2 guys, 2 white guys. And I walk up to the front desk, and I'm like, okay, what's going on?
I'd have been like, he's not here.
Yeah, they say, oh, they said, we were sent from Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. You took a test the other day, and we were sent from Royal Caribbean Cruise Line because you passed with flying scores.
Ooh, okay.
So we were sent from Royal Caribbean Cruise Line to bring you up to work with a company. At that time, I don't have no visa, I don't have no passport, I don't have nothing. They said, well, all you got to do is just say yes, and we'll take care of everything.
That's amazing.
From there.
That's like God speaking.
That is. But let me ask you, was it the cooking that helped you get out of the dark place from ending it all?
Yes.
Because you said you was there 3 times.
Yeah. It was the cooking that helped me get out of it, because I think when it happened in Jamaica, I say, okay, I have to get away. And that's when the cruise ship came in, the cruise ship job came in. I went to work with Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, started out as prep cook and worked with them for 13 years. And then when I left as executive chef. And then I say, you know what? I want to be on land at this point. Went back to Jamaica, start operating minibus, but then I missed the cooking. And I say, you know what? This is not me. I was driving the bus from state to state. And I say, I miss cooking. I miss being in the kitchen. I miss seeing people having a great time around food. And that was when I started working with Disney World. Disney, when they first went cruise line, they came up with the Disney
cruise.
Magic.
Disney cruise when my son was little. That's crazy.
Yeah, they came up with Disney Magic, and I went to Italy, bring down the ship, work with them for 3 years. And I say, you know what? I want to be on land. So I stopped working with them, and that's when I start working at Negril Village. That was
the one
off West 3rd.
Yeah, the one that was on 23rd Street with Marva.
No, 14.
No, 14 is the one in the village. The original one was on 23rd.
Yeah, it was on 23rd. Yeah.
23rd
and like between 8th and 9th.
Between 8th and 9th.
Not the one on 14th and not the one on West 3rd. So it was 3 of them.
The one on 14 is the one now. That's the same owner.
No, that's West 3rd. It's on West 3rd.
It's West 3rd.
Yeah, it started off on 23rd. It wasn't 14th. It was 23rd, and then it was West 3rd.
Yeah.
No.
And now Brooklyn.
Not 14th. It was 23rd.
Yeah, it was 23rd.
I'm bugging. Yeah, it was 23rd. It was next. It was next door to.
Let me tell you, that restaurant when the grill opened on 23rd Street, we didn't have something like that in Manhattan.
No.
And like the in that area, in a midtown downtown area, so that was like a novelty.
Yes.
And it used to be so packed, but it went to show you that it was something necessary, because when that came, it was like, people want this. And there was only one place you could go.
Yeah. And I started working there, and 9/11 hit. And when 9/11 hit, that was when it shut down. And from there, I work at, I don't know if any one of you remember Mobay Uptown that used to be on 125th Street. Mobay Uptown.
I feel like
Yeah,
I heard of
that was
name.
a while back. So it was me bouncing from restaurant to restaurant. Then after that, I end up at Dinosaur Barbecue. And then from Dinosaur Barbecue, BB King's and Highland Ballroom.
BB King's used to be the joint too. BB King's was like, everybody used to go there, not just to eat, but also there was parties.
Yeah.
We did concerts there.
Oh, yeah. You rocked the stage a couple times at BB King's.
Yeah.
You rocked the stage a couple times at BB King's. So, yeah, and then from there, after BB King, Sony Hall, and then COVID came.
And financially, was this all good at that time for you? Like, I know you were an executive chef, and then you went to like Dinosaur Barbecue and Grill. Was that financially, like, you felt like you were getting compensated?
Yes.
Fairly? Okay.
I was getting compensated fairly, and what it is too for me is the love and passion for what I do. Me being at BB King as the executive chef, for the owner, I put so much pride in my work, and it was never about the money. It was more about me being the best version of myself as a chef. So the owner, Mr. Ben Susan, see that in me, and he opened so many doors of opportunity.
That's good.
So he reached out to me. He's like, Patrick, I'm going to get you on Good Morning America. I'm going to get you on Fox 5. I'm going to get you on Pix 11.
That's amazing.
And
yeah, because Chef Simpson, I want to say that even like hearing your story, because this can be a really cutthroat business.
Yes.
You know, and one thing that people always say, even before I met you, because my friend Dahlia was like,
yes,
you know, you got to come to the Simpson. I hadn't even been there yet. And she actually took me there. She owned a restaurant, Tilly's.
Yes, yeah.
And we know it's a hard business to be in, one of the hardest to be in. And she was like, he's just the nicest person, though, on top of everything else. You know, the food is great, restaurant, amazing location. But you, I think, as a brand, and the restaurant is named after you,
yes,
you know, that matters. Was there ever any apprehension? Because sometimes people don't want to, like, put their name on something. But
I think for me, because of the fact I already built who I am as a person from BB King's, Highland Ballroom, Sony Hall, and the Ben Susan, they gave me so much freedom to be who I am and be creative. I've cooked for so many people. So everyone know me as Chef Simpson.
Right.
So once you say Chef Simpson, people be like, who's catering your event? Chef Simpson. Then I realized that my name is so strong out there. You know, so I say, you know what? I'm just going to name it the Simpson Restaurant and Bar. And over time, people just start gravitate to, the Simpsons opening up a restaurant. And then people know me from BB King's. And that's where now I'm looking at it where, wow, you opened the first Jamaican restaurant to open in a casino.
Right. Okay, Atlantic City. That's where we are now.
City. So, and then from there, Caesar came to the grand opening, the pre-grand opening. The executives came and they like pulled me aside and they're like, listen, we love this. We love what you're doing. We'd love for you to come down to Las Vegas to look at the location down there. And
oh, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Wait, now, hold on. For a second.
Wow.
So literally just did like the ribbon cutting in Atlantic City. And I'm so excited to see, because I've been to Atlantic City like a couple of times in the past, you know, but it's not a lot of places that I'm like super excited to eat at. But the Simpson, I just think that's going to be something like amazing for everybody to be able to experience. But now Vegas is next?
No, Vegas is next. And
Vegas.
we
That's
did.
huge. Because they do not have, I'm trying to think, they don't have that.
Jamaican food, no.
And think about how everybody
I
goes
was
to
just
Vegas.
in Vegas. It's going to be one of one.
Yeah. Listen, and that's one of the reasons, because
we'll be there.
Just to let the audience know, Mano was getting ready to head out of here, and I'd be like, no, I need you up inside here, because, you know, and I got to give you guys props, because I have so much respect for Mano. I have so much respect for you, Angeli, and your friend, all your team, because one of the things, Mano is such a cool guy.
He's all right.
His personality, he's a cool guy. You know?
I love Mano.
No, he's a cool guy. Even talking with him, you know, he's not one of those persons arrogant or loud or vulgar. It's just somebody who's mellow, like you can have a great conversation. And for me, I don't have a lot of friends, and I don't keep a lot of friends purposely, because I need to stay focused on my mission. I'm building a brand here, so I surround myself with good people like yourself and Mano and other people who are they always say, surround yourself with people who are going in the same direction that you want to go. People who motivate you to be the best version of yourself.
Because the people who are not that will drop off.
That's right.
And you will not miss their presence. It's a blessing when they do.
Right. So for me, it's saying, you know what? I want to stay close to you guys, because I see you guys are doing great things, and just like myself, doing great things. And I think Black excellence, there's so much that we can build together if we work together.
Right.
So just like me saying, Mano, listen, I want you to come down to Atlantic City. Angela, you come down.
Yeah.
You know, I got the connection. I'll put you guys up in the suite there and show you guys around. And
listen, we should plan to go the same. We'll plan to go the same time.
We should do that though.
But
We
I
should
want to go when
plan
you're
one this
there
weekend.
too, because I
Right.
know it's
You
also
can't
not.
do it no other way.
Yeah, it's also
Yeah.
not easy for you because now you have so many different places that you have to be. Now, how are you? Because I know that, like, even sometimes I'll hit you up to let you know something, or somebody's coming through, or I'm coming, and you'll be like, oh, I'm at the restaurant depot doing this. Like, you literally are doing all of these things yourself. How is it being able to trust somebody? Because at the same time, you have to have help running these
Yes.
businesses. You can't be everywhere at once.
I can't be everywhere at once. And when I look back on it and I said, okay, I have 60 staff in Brooklyn. Atlantic City, I'm going to have another 60 staff. By the time it's said and done, I'm also looking into Miami location. And I'm on a trend right now. And for me to do this by myself, sometimes I ask myself, no one reach out to me to check on my mental health to see if I'm okay. How does this man stay on top of?
You got kids?
I have a daughter.
Yeah, remember he was
Listen,
talking about
yeah.
his daughter
You
being
know,
born.
So me dealing with all of this, sometimes I have to give myself a mental break because there's so many moving parts that's happening. Like even right now, I know my phone is texting me, we need cheese, we need this, we need that, all different things that's happening. So my management team, I have a great team that's there. Kay Daniels, my operation manager, she stay on top of everything. I have about four managers, great staff. Chefs in the kitchen. I have about 13 chefs in the kitchen. And all of that is going to get multiplied.
Right.
So one of the things that I try to tell my team, I wanted to create a work environment that I never had, because at the end of the day, even though I was still working at BB King's, there was still that halo over your head that you can get fired today. Anything can happen. And even though it's a company where they will look out for you, you just feel like you want your own.
Yeah.
So for me, I say, you know what? I want to create a work environment where my staff come to work and even the dishwasher feel like it's his restaurant. So motivate them and inspire them to say, like, listen, guys, this is bigger than me. This is for you guys now. I provide food for all of your family, so you help me to help to keep this together. So they come in and they feel important.
Right.
So for them, they're always going to have my back. They're always going to look out for the best interests of the restaurant. Not everybody is going to be like that, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You just got to keep pushing on.
We had a whole conversation about how difficult it is to get the right staff together, because you cannot control what people are doing, and you can't watch people, all the time to see what's happening.
Yes.
And things do walk out that door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot when it comes on to restaurant. There's just a lot for you to step
It's
on.
a lot of moving parts,
It's
man.
a lot of moving parts.
How do you feel now, though? Are you, with all these different opportunities, obviously there's also more responsibilities, but mentally, how do you feel now?
Mentally, I think I'm okay. Sometimes I don't think I am. Sometimes I'll stop on the side of the street and shed a tears and then go back into traffic. When you try to...
You do feel as though you don't have the time or to grieve, or
you don't have the
feel
time
it.
to
You don't have you don't have that luxury.
No. I was talking to someone yesterday and the person said to me, he said, Patrick, you know what I realized different about your different talking to you? I hear strength speaking to you. I hear resilient speaking to you, because I look at it, I'm like, I don't have a choice.
That's right.
It's either I'm going to swim or I'm going to sink,
Right.
or I'm going to drown. And I chose to swim because right now I'm in too deep. I just, from someone who was getting a one-shot deal to save from being homeless, on my block where I live in Long Island, I own the biggest house on the block. So even for me driving home, it still don't dawn on me yet. It dawned on me sometime and I'm like, I wonder how my Caucasian neighbors look at me like, this is dude on the biggest house on the block.
Right. So that feeling that you feel inside, do you feel accomplished, or do you still feel like it's just so much more to get?
I feel accomplished, but I think something is missing. Something is missing, because to me, I ask myself, I'm like, God, am I the sacrificial lamb? Because here I am now gonna have 100 and odd staff. Everything that I went throughout my life, I felt like he was building me for tough, for everything I'm dealing with now, and be able to stay sane dealing with it. I felt like he was building me. So now I'm at that stage, I'm like, okay, God, who do I do this with?
Right.
At what point are you going to send me either that ride or die or a bona fide brethren who say, okay, Patrick, I got you with the best interests.
Yeah.
Not about he can afford it or he can do this. Is someone who say, you know what, I see you grind. I love what you're doing. You know what, I'm going to rock with you. And that person's going to be genuine about it. Because one thing that I've also learned is that the higher you go, is the more fake people comes around.
Right. You don't know what people's intentions are.
You don't know what their intentions are.
They see something that's going on that's working and they want to hop on and figure out how can it benefit them.
Very, very aware of that.
Yeah,
Very aware.
And I'm very observant of that.
Right.
So for me, I'd rather you come straight up and tell me your intention. If I can rock with you and I can make it happen, I'll let you know this is what it is. But don't be fake with me. You know, don't be fake with me, because once I find out that you're being fake, come and ask me, yo, can I hold can I hold $1,000 or whatever? And be like, okay, you know what? Here's $5. Don't worry about it. You don't have to pay me back.
Right.
But don't be fake with me to get it. Just be straight up and let me move on.
That's why they say more money, more problems.
That's what it is. That's what
but you know what? You're right, though. And all in all, as we can all attest to as we're sitting here and people are listening to this, it's still a blessing. Like everything to be in the position that all of us are in, that everybody who is listening in, we have so many things to be grateful for. That we've been blessed with, that I think sometimes it's hard to focus on those things. You know, we talked about this on My Wealth Wednesday, Founders Depression. That's a real thing for entrepreneurs who are going through it, because, you know, when you come spaces where we've come from, where we haven't seen a lot of successful people like in our families and our lives and things like that, sometimes we feel like it can all go away at any moment.
Yeah, most definitely. And the people that you surround yourself with, you know, I know the Consul General to Jamaica, Alcian Wilson, always been there supporting me. You probably know her quite well.
I definitely know her. I saw she was at the grand opening too, the ribbon. She came to Atlantic City, right?
Yeah, she came to Atlantic City. She's always been there to support me. When I did the ribbon cutting, the Prime Minister and the First Lady called me and said, congratulations, you opened the first Jamaican restaurant in a casino in America. This is definitely a big deal. So to me, it's like everything that is on me right now is so much bigger than me. I'm representing, I'm carrying Jamaica on my back.
You're showing it can,
and
it
I'm
works.
showing that it can happen.
Yeah.
A lot of responsibility.
It's a lot of responsibility, and a lot of people look up to me to say, if he can do it,
that's right,
that means we can do it.
Inspiration.
I'm inspiring so many people, opening culinary school in Jamaica, my way of giving back and paying it forward.
Listen, can you teach me how to cook something? Do you think anybody can cook? Like, do you think anybody can learn how to cook?
Yeah, cooking is all about being creative.
Okay.
It's about being creative, you know. Once you go in the kitchen, and you may look in your cupboard and be like, hey, ain't nothing here to heat. And I open your cupboard, and before you know it, I'm like, okay, give me about half an hour. Dinner will be ready.
Figure something out with
we'll
leftovers.
Figure something out.
I don't think you can figure nothing out in my kitchen. There's nothing in my refrigerator.
Because Mano has already committed to coming over to cook. Because, you know, I have a brand new kitchen in my house. It has not been touched.
I'm committed to come hang out.
But he wants to make a jail meal.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to bring my guys. Yeah. You know, let me tell you, though, like a state of New York, jail meals are gourmet. Gourmet.
Oh my God.
Gourmet.
But you also, and the last thing I want to talk about is that you also do cook with celebrities and notable people. You have your own show, which shows me how much you love it, because you spend the time really talking and getting to know people, but also like creating dishes and doing things with them as well.
Right. I did
and that's something that you don't even have to do, you know?
And that, again, it shows you that from a closed door. I remember how I started my own show was when I was at BB King's, and all the artists, they come and perform in the show. The owner, BB King's, saw me and say, you always talking with the celebrities when they come to perform. That's Seale Ben Susan. So you have Steven, that's at Blue Note, and then you have Seale, who runs BB King. He's like, you're always talking with the celebrities. And over time, I'm like, you know what? As a chef, I'm reaching out to the Food Network. I'm reaching out to all these Caucasian cooking show, trying to get on. No one responds to your email. No one acknowledged or nothing. So I say, you know what? I'm going to start my own show.
That's right.
And little by little, I'm there at BB King. I'm cooking with a little cutting board, and I have the guests next to me. and I'm cooking and talking with them, and that's how Cooking with Love was birthed.
Right.
And now it's on so many different network now, and me cooking with so many
Started
top
at
celebrities.
BET though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Maynard,
that's
you
where
did the show too.
Yeah, I
What'd you
did.
make?
We made it was some lobster.
It was a lobster dish.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
Wait
now
to
I'm
see.
good at it.
All right, we'll test that out.
And we're gonna have to get Angela on it.
I know, I can't wait. What am I gonna make?
We don't know yet.
Grilled cheese.
Yeah, we're gonna grilled cheese.
I make an amazing grilled cheese. I can't do that. But no, honestly, let people know how they can follow you and also support you. You know,
Yes.
I know we're going to be doing a lot more things together as the business is expanding, and
Yes,
we
most
got to make sure that
definitely.
we're here supporting you as well. We're going to plan this trip to Atlantic City.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
You gotta pull up. You gotta
Have
pull
to.
up.
It's summertime now.
Have
You know
to.
what I'm
You got to
saying?
do it. Just take the trucks
Yeah.
out and just.
So the new location in Atlantic City, it's One Atlantic Ocean, ACX1 Studio, Caesar Palace. The opening time is still gonna be 11 a.m. And we close during the week. We close at 12, and then on weekend we close at 2 a.m. at
Okay.
weekend because
That's good.
Caesar asked me to stay open late because
Yeah.
That's good.
People want
finish
to,
gamble, they
people
don't
are
have nowhere
gambling.
to get
That's
food.
There's no
right.
windows,
That's
so
right.
you don't know what
No
time it is.
Yeah, so ACX1 previously used to be the pier, and then when COVID came, it shut down, and now it's reopened up back now. So the boardwalk is crazy. So they're doing a lot of great things, and for me to be in there, and you can be inside your room at Caesar Palace, and you can order from the restaurant.
Can
and
you
they come
imagine
around.
that, ordering some jerk chicken?
Wow.
Yeah, yep.
Never have I been to a hotel and been able to order Jamaican food.
We get some curry
Yeah.
to my
Ever,
room
yeah.
right away.
Yeah, so it's definitely gonna be a big deal.
What's
And
your
then
favorite food?
I like fish.
Okay.
I like fish. I like the brown stew fish. I like the escovitch.
Okay.
I like the salmon. Anything seafood.
I like the jerk
That's what I-
salmon.
And the jerk salmon. Yeah.
All right. And so what
really
else were you going to say? Sorry.
I was gonna say and then the Brooklyn location. Location is fire. Stay packed.
And make your reservation, ladies and gentlemen,
You got
because
2 weeks in advance to be able to get
you
in on
have
a
to.
weekend.
I come there and it'd be crazy outside.
I remember I was in Atlantic City and I was watching Angela standing at the front for probably about like 20 minutes
Yeah.
waiting on a table. I was
I'm
like,
patiently waiting now.
Wow,
that's when you
really?
came with a young lady with the wine.
Oh, yep. Ingrid Best, Best Wines.
Really?
Yeah,
Right
we got to
behind
get
us.
it in. Yeah, we got to
Yes,
get it
her
inside
wine is
there.
amazing, and
Yeah.
it's South African wine. But yeah, so we actually were going to the fight across the street. It was so crowded, but you know how I am. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna make a big fuss.
Yeah.
I will stand here and wait because I'm just happy that we're being accommodated. So just
Nice.
just happy that you always take care of me and your staff does too.
Word,
And they were all
always.
like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm fine."
Because
We'll
I just
wait.
be
It's-
pulling up and they
no
just be
problem.
like, "Come on, man, we
Yeah.
got you."
Wait, now hold on.
I just pull up.
But no, he just pull up. He's like,
pulled
yeah,
up.
but we got you all family. You all Simpson.
No,
you know?
y'all gotta make him wait next time. Make him wait 20 minutes.
I need to get I need to get you guys to be a restaurateur. You got to come in. You got to come on board.
Yeah.
Even
Let's
if you're
talk-
behind the
let's
scene, you
Let's
know.
talk about it.
I'll be in
Yeah.
there cooking. But honestly, Chef Simpson, thank you so much. We really
It's
appreciate you.
definitely a
So
pleasure.
happy for everything that you've been doing. The food is amazing. You brought us some food today. I was waiting since 10 a.m. for this food to get here because I was starving. And I was like, I can't eat a thing because I don't want to ruin my appetite because Chef Simpson is on the way.
Nice.
So
Thank you guys
appreciate
much.
you. Whenever you guys, if you're not from here, if you come here, make sure you visit. Let's all go to Atlantic City, and we cannot wait to hear more news on Vegas and Miami.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep. Way up.
Way up.